Well, good morning. What do you guys think of the new ceiling? So, this is obviously, if you've been around for the channel a little bit, I have moved locations and we have set up a new area for office, business, all kinds of stuff going on, and we did a different type of ceiling. So today what I was going to show you is just kind of how I did it, some of the tips, tricks, and stuff that I learned from this. Of course, there's probably better ways to do this, but this is what I did over the last 2 months to complete, and the hardest part of it really was pallet availability. So where I was getting the pallets, we were kind of waiting for new shipments to come in, and with all the supply chain stuff and everything going on, it was kind of delayed. So that was probably the biggest obstacle. And then so you bring them home, you throw them out in the yard, and I found out 2 different ways to really do the getting your pallet wood to come apart. And so I still don't know exactly which way I like best. So I first used the good old Sawzall to take a lot of them apart. And so you get the blade that does wood and it'll do nails. It goes through the pallets pretty well, but I found at that angle it's kind of hard on your lower back, and you kind of damage your wood a little bit, but it is quicker. So I did find this a handy way to do it. And then number 2, good old crowbar and hammer. So this worked pretty well. It depends on the kind of wood that was on the pallet. Sometimes this would crack it, but if you needed nicer pieces of wood that didn't get the scuff marks of the Sawzall, I would highly recommend using this. So this was one way to do it. It did take a little bit longer, but the Sawzall seemed to damage wood. But out of all of it, that was definitely the hardest part of the whole thing. So then assembling these. So what I did is I actually measured from stud to stud what the difference of that was. From the center point of the stud over for this particular shed was 24 inches. So the problem with that is a lot of the pallets, the entire wood space was 47 inches. So 24 times 2 is 48. I had to scrap a lot of wood. Half sections of it that would have helped a little bit, but there's not much you can do there. So if you're doing this, just kind of a heads up, that is something that you might run into. And then it was pretty simple. I had a nail gun. I used a brad nailer. They were 1.5 inch length nails, and I had a air compressor, and it was just as simple as go ahead, do your cut, measure each time, put it up, and then it's 2 nails, one on the left, one on the right. And that was pretty much it. It was one of the more simple projects I did. I like how it looks. And the nice thing about this is I wanted the rustic look. So when I put it up, I didn't have to make sure that it was completely aligned. There's some gapping, some spacing, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it was really easy. This shed is insulated, and so it actually worked out really well. I used R19 insulation, which is generally a little bit thicker, but this pallet wood was thick enough that I could just push it up there, and it is pressing against, but it doesn't get that boat effect like you get on drywall a lot. So yeah, this was a simple one. I just wanted to make this video for you guys because a lot of people on the Instagram saw what we were doing over the last couple months and said, hey, you gonna make a video? Yeah, I said sure. So here's kind of what it looks like. I hope you guys like it. Fishing season starting to slow down, so you guys are going to start seeing a little bit more cooking videos, maybe some fishing stuff. Today I'm actually going to buy a new fishing rod with some of the Christmas money I got, so I might do a video on that, and hope you guys are doing great. So a little bit different video than we normally do here, but starting in May we'll get back into the fishing stuff. Hope you guys liked the video. If you do, hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.